In this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to build confidence in 3 simple steps which you can apply to all areas of your life. But first of all, in order to understand why these 3 steps work, we have to define what exactly confidence actually is. Basically, being confident in any situation means that you are able to withstand the possible negative judgments and opinions of other people without being affected by it, so that you can be free and comfortable to just be yourself without caring about what other people think. So in other words, it's when you are looking out at the world or at the situation through your own eyes and from your own perspective, rather than feeling that you are within the judgmental perspectives of other people. And when you feel this way, you will naturally be confident. This kind of feeling can come from 2 basic sources. So first of all is validation, where people are nice to you and they like you, or you have some sort of status. So you're basically elevated and propped up by the external social world. But we are not interested in that. What we are interested in is what you have control over, which is your own inner strength that you build up inside of you so that you're not dependent on external validation, but instead you have the emotional fortitude so that the opinions of other people just sort of bounce off of you and have no effect on you at all. This is real internal confidence. So now that we're clear on exactly what we're talking about, I'm going to teach you the simple 3-step formula that if you just keep repeating this, and especially if you keep doing it for a prolonged period of time, over time you will become a force to be reckoned with. In the beginning, it might not seem like much happens, but it's just like if you go to the gym and work out. Like on day 1, you're not going to see huge results, but if you just keep going day after day and keep pushing yourself, then you can make absolutely massive progress. And it's exactly the same for building confidence. So the 3 steps are: step 1, expose yourself. Basically, you need to put yourself out there in one way or another and face the judgment and opinions of other people. You'll never have the inner strength to be unaffected by this kind of judgment if you never actually face it in the first place. Just like how you'll never build up the strength to lift weights if you never actually lift the weight. So this could be like talking in front of people, or speaking your mind, or posting something on the internet, or approaching a girl, or going into some environment that you're uncomfortable in. And the list could go on and on. Basically, in one way or another, you have to face social pressure. But the problem is that there can be a lot of fear to do this. So you have to overpower this fear. Like, there's no way around that. There's no like magic trick of the mind that's going to remove the fear. So it basically takes discipline and willpower to be able to do this. We're not going to get into all the specific details in this video, but basically, no matter how you go about doing it, you have to face your fear and expose yourself. This is an absolutely necessary first step. And then step 2 is to face the backlash. So after you have successfully exposed yourself, now you have to actually deal with the consequences of your actions, which might include feeling nervous or embarrassed, or facing a lot of pressure, or getting rejected. Even if things go totally well, which a lot of times they will, you'll still have to face this kind of backlash and these kinds of feelings inside your own mind at some point afterwards. Because the reason that you feel fear or lack of confidence in any situation in the first place is because your system has not yet adapted to that kind of pressure and stress. So it's inevitable that you're going to have to face this kind of backlash, even if it's just all in your head. But the most important thing is that you have to actually face it, because it can happen where you might do something or say something, and then you feel the pressure of the backlash, and maybe you start to worry about what everyone is thinking about you, and you want to escape from that feeling. So maybe you start apologizing, or delete something that you posted, or basically in one way or another trying to escape from the backlash. This will not give you any results at all. Like, you have to actually look it squarely in the face and take the pain and trust that you will recover and become stronger to the point that whatever you feel right now is not going to even bother you in the future. But in order to get to this point of strength and not caring anymore, you have to go through step 3, which is to digest the backlash. So basically, just like how after you work out, your body needs time to recover and rebuild stronger than before on a cellular level, it's the same with your emotional system, where there's a process of breakdown and rebuilding on a cellular level, which is a form of stress adaptation, so that after you recover from the stress, you'll be a little bit stronger than before, and your system will be able to handle that kind of stress a little bit more. The amount of time that it takes for your system to go through this process will depend on like how deeply you are affected. So for example, if you feel a little bit embarrassed about something, it's not going to take as long to recover from that as like deep emotional pain or heartbreak. But either way, over a period of time, you will recover and come back stronger than before. And then if you keep repeating this 3-step formula, then you'll keep repeating this breakdown and rebuilding process again and again, so that you gradually become stronger and more confident over time. And depending on how serious you are, you can take this to levels maybe even way beyond what you might think is possible for yourself right now. If you want more detailed instructions on how to actually do this in practice in a structured step-by-step way that's like a system of training so you can build massive confidence in all areas of your life, then just click on the link in the description. And other than that, I challenge you to start applying this 3-step process in your own life. It starts with step 1. Put yourself out there and do something that you are afraid of. So that's my homework assignment for you. And if you want specific help with how to face your fears, then you can check out the video that should pop up on the screen right now.